Hello class, welcome to Empowerment Technologies. So in this video, we're going to continue our discussion on Microsoft Excel. So we're going to discuss how to enter data in Microsoft Excel and how to do basic formatting of the data entered, of your data entry using the basic tools and commands. So worksheet cells can contain text, numbers, or formulas. So when we say text, it is any combination of letters and numbers and symbols. So maybe it is an alphanumeric wherein it involves numbers and letters and some symbols like at or hashtag, or it can be just letters only. So numbers are values, dates, or times, while formulas are equations that calculate a value. So you enter data in the active cell. So in our MS Excel, for example, I selected this cell. So this becomes my active cell. So active cell is your selected cell where you want to enter your data. So for example, I select D2, then that would be my active cell. And dyan lang ako makapaglagay. So that is the only cell I can place my information. For example, dyan and dito. So I can only place information in active cells. So we can enter in our active cell a text, a number, or a formula. So when we say text, it could be a letter, or a combination of letter and number, or a combination of a letter, a number, or a character. So when we say number, these are values. So pwedeng currency, date, time, or just a number. So to define a data entry as a number, so just select the cell and then go to number group here in the home tab. So we have here commands that would will format our selected cell as a number value. So here we can select it as a number, as a currency, ayan, so as a date, or percentage, a fraction, or scientific numbers. So you can also do that. So if you select it as a number, if you format your number values as a number, then automatic na magkakaroon siya ng decimal places. So you can add decimal places by selecting this command, or you can remove the decimal places in your number. So you can also add comma, or you can add you can change this number into percentage or into a currency. So for the formula, we will have separate discussion for discussing the formula as well as the function. Okay, so suppose naglagay tayo. Suppose we enter here in B2 an information or a data, for example, a text. So grade 12. And then I want to copy this to E2. So ano yung dapat kong gawin? So to copy and paste an information or a data from one cell to another cell, then just select the cell or cells you wish to copy. So click the copy command in the clipboard group on the home tab. Select the cell or cells where you want to paste the information. Click the paste command, and the copied information will now appear in the new cells. For example, I want to copy this grade 12 from B2. Gusto ko siyang i-copy to E2. So what I can do is to select the cell, and then in our ribbon, we have here clipboard groups. So I can choose here copy, and then I can select the cell where I want to paste this copied information, and then select paste. So in this group, you can have different options, multiple options on how you're going to paste your information. So you can explore these different ways on how to paste, copy and paste information. So for example, ano ba yung mas madaling ways? For example, I can copy this by selecting the cell and then Control C, and then select the cell where you want to paste the information and then select enter. So that is one of the easiest way to copy and paste information from one cell to another cell. Of course, you can do this also by selecting multiple cells, copy it, and then you can paste it to different worksheets. For example, in worksheet number 24, so I can paste the information I copied from a different worksheet to another worksheet. So we can also do um, cut and paste information in Microsoft Excel. So to cut and paste a cell content, select the cell or cells you wish to cut, click the cut command in the clipboard group on the home tab, then select the cell or cells where you want to paste the information, then click the paste command. So the cut information will be removed and now appear in the cells if you selected. For example, I would like this information to be transferred to H12. So instead of E2 and E3, I would like this information to appear only in H12. So I can select this two, Control X. Sorry. So I can select this these two cells, this range of cells, and then here in the clipboard I can select cut and then select the cells or the range of cells where you want to paste the information and then select paste. So now the information will be deleted from the previous cell and will be moved to the place where you want it to appear. Or you can just select Control X. So Control plus X and then enter. So for example, I would like this to appear in F5 and F6. So I can again select these two and then then select X, Control X, and then enter. So that is how we cut and paste information. So you can also do that. You can also cut information from one worksheet to another worksheet. So let us now know how to format the text or the data you entered in your cell. So to format the text in bold, italics, or underline. So how to emphasize the data in your cells. We can change it to bold, italics, or underline. So to do that, just select the cell or the range of cells you want to edit, and then here in the font group, you can select it to appear in bold, or you want it to be in italic, or also you can underline it. And you can also change the font style, the font size, and the colors. So here, so for example, you want it to be red. So this is just the same on how you edit text in Microsoft Word and Microsoft PowerPoint. So that is how we change the font style. So select the cell or cells you want to format, left click the drop down arrow next to the font style, and then select the font style you want. So for example, change natin yung font style niya to Arial Narrow, or eto na lang, Algeria. Ayan. Okay, so this is just how we change the font size. So again, of course, you need to select the cell and then select the font size you want. Ayan, so you can increase the font size or decrease the font size. For example, gawin natin siyang 30 or 24. Ayan. And to add a border, select the cell or cells you want to format. Click the drop-down arrow next to the borders command on the home tab. And then, ayun, so you will have different options. So for example, I would like to place a border in this range of cells. So here is our border command. So there are different options. So would you like to place a border at the bottom? So if we do that, so if we select bottom in this range of selection, this bottom line is the only place where the border will appear. For example, ayan. So as you can see, the border line only appears at the bottom of the selected range of cells. But if you want each of the cell to have borders, then you can just select all borders. So I already demonstrated to you to change the text color. So you just select the cell and then select this font color, and then you can change the font color of the data entered in your selected cells or range of cells. And the same with the background of the cell. So if you want to change the color of the background, you can select, for example, this is a heading of a table. You can change the color of the heading. So for example, you want to change it to dark blue, and then you want to change the font color to white. So you can also do that. So here, you can also change the alignment. For example, I would like this to be merged. This area, these cells B2 to G2, I would like to merge this cell. So I can select this range of cells and then I can merge it. So this will treat this range of cells as one cell. Of course, you can return back to individual cells. So just select this merge cells. So if you want your information to be centered aligned, so you can select this one and this one. So that will align your text at the middle and at the center. So if we merge this one, so if we increase the size, the height of this one, so you'll see that the text will be centered and at the middle of this top and bottom line. So how do we now insert rows and columns? So for example, you need to insert another information. How do we now insert an extra column or an extra row? So to insert rows, select the row below where you want the new row to appear. So click the insert command in the cells group on the home tab. So the row will appear. So to insert columns, select the column to the right of where you want the column to appear, then click the insert command in the cells group on the home tab. So the column will appear. So take note that the new rows appears above the selected row and the new column appears to the left of the selected column. So for example, I would like to insert another. For example, let's enter here. For example, let's change this to students and this one. So for example, you forgot to enter grade 11. So instead of cut and paste. So for example, you have here information entered already. So instead of cut and paste, you can just insert another line, another row. So for example, select the row, bottom row, and then right click and then select insert. So take note, class, that the new row will always appear above the selected row. So if I select here 5, row number 5, and I inserted another row, so new rows will appear above the selected rows. So the same with inserting new column. So for example, I selected letter C. So if I insert new column, then the new column will appear to the left of letter C. So ayan. So as you can see, the information will be shifted to the right because new columns appear to the left of the selected column. Another useful tool in Microsoft Excel is the editing field tool. So editing field tool is a command that continues a series or a pattern in the neighboring cells in any direction. So for example, you would like to there are the same information that you need to enter to several cells, especially if those cells are neighboring cells. So instead of typing in the information or the data manually, you can just do an editing field. You can just use the editing field tool in order to autofill those cells. So how do we use the editing field tool? So let's go to our example. So for example, I would like to enter number 5 in these cells. So for A1 to A10, I would like to enter 5 as the data entry. So instead of typing in 5 manually, so instead of doing this, I can just autofill the cells. So using the editing field tool. So just first you need to type in the information. So this is if the information are the same, if the data are the same. So type in the information and then select select the fill tool in the homes tab. So in the homes tab, go to the editing group and then select the fill tool. So you will see there a drop down menu. Select that and there are different options. So in order to use these options, you need to of course highlight the cells where you want to edit, where you want to autofill. So highlight, for example, I would like A2 to A10 to have the same information as A1. So just highlight and then select autofill and then the direction. So down, so below A1, I would like to have these cells below A1 to have the same information. So I can just select down and this will automatically fill in the neighboring cells with the same information. So I can also do this in text other than numbers, other than numerical data. So for example, I would like to type in the address or the, what do we call this, the municipality of my clients or my students, and 10 of my students, for example, came from Kamalig. So I can use the editing field tool in order to avoid redundant typing of the same information. So for example, I will type in here Kamalig and then I can just select this one and then highlight, select the fill tool and then down. Another way, so here there's a description. So in the lower right hand, so another way of doing editing fill is to drag the fill handle. So in the lower right hand corner of the active cell is Excel's fill handle. So when you hold your mouse over the top of the fill handle, your cursor will turn into a crosshair. So if you have just one cell selected, if you click and drag to fill down a column across down a column or across a row, it will copy the number or text to each of the cells. So how do we do this? So instead of going to the ribbon, you can also edit fill by just using this fill handle. So I will just make this, yeah, and zoom this in. Okay, so for example, number 4. So I would like number 4 to appear um, across this row from C1 to F1. So I can just select this cell. So in the lower right corner of my active cell, there is a fill handle. So once I hover my mouse over this fill handle, so you can see that the cursor will turn into a crosshair. So just click in and drag to your desired cells, and this will automatically fill in the cells with the same information. So you can do this to the same to any direction, so up, down, left, and right. So here I can also do this here. So another way of editing fill is by editing fill in a series. So when we say editing fill in a series, editing you are editing you are filling auto-filling the cells with numbers perhaps, or a combination of number and letter in a pattern, using a pattern. For example, I would like to number this cells, these columns D1, or this column D, so from D1 to D10. So for example, I would like to number these numbers 1 to 10. So instead of manually typing, I can just type in here 1 and then 2, and then to edit in a series, just highlight, go to editing fill, and go to fill tool, and then go to series. Okay, so just highlight and then select fill tool, and then select series, and then make sure that if you would like to autofill a column, select column here. So select column and then select OK. So that will automatically fill in your cells in a series. So you'll see there, we have numbered the cells D1 to D10 with 1 to 10. So you can also, if you want to avoid, for example, you want to number cells, a column or a row with numbers 1 to 1000, you can, or 1 to 100, you can avoid if you don't want to highlight, if you don't want to skip the step of highlighting. You can just type the first in the first cell the number 1, and then select the cell, and then go to fill, go to series, and then select column, and then select here numbers 1 to 1000 or 100 instead, and that will automatically fill in the cells with numbers 1 to 100. Of course, you can also edit fill cells using patterns. For example, you would like to edit fill the cells with patterns of multiples of 2. So for example, 2 and then 4, and then next is 6, or so on. So you can just highlight this one, and then select this fill handle, click and drag to your desired area, and you'll see that the following information or data is according to the pattern of the first two data in your cells. We can also autofill in series a combination of letter and numbers. So for example, in your research, you have multiple respondents. So in analyzing it, you will use Excel. So for example, you have 10 respondents. So instead of typing respondents 1 to 10 manually, you can just type the first two respondents, so respondent number 1 and then respondent number 2, and then do the same steps. So highlight and then click and drag the fill handle to your desired number of cells. So this will automatically fill in the cells with a series. So 1, 2, we have your respondent 1, respondent 2 until respondent 10. So Excel can also autofill series of dates, times, days of the week, and months. So let's have some example on how to autofill months, dates, weeks, and times. For example, here you want to autofill months of the year. So to do that, just type the first month, for example, January, and then just highlight or select the cell with the text and then click and drag the fill handle. So that will automatically fill in the following months according to the months of the year. So for example, you would like to drag it across a row, so that will also do the same effect. So we can also autofill abbreviated form of the months. For example, January. So just type in January and then select and then click and drag the fill handle. So suppose you started the months from March. So can we still do this autofill? So of course you can still do the autofill. So for example, we type here March. So just click and then click and drag the fill handle. So that will also autofill the remaining cells. So according to the pattern that is detected or was detected by MS Excel. So we can also do that. You can also autofill every 2 months. For example, January, and then after 2 months, January, February, next is March. So just type in the 2 consecutive months according to your pattern, and then highlight and then drag. Click the fill handle and then drag to your desired cells. So as you can see, we have here months that appears every after 2 months. So January, February, March, April, May, so July, September, until it completes the pattern to your desired number of cells. So we can also do that using the abbreviated form of the months. For example, January and then March. So just highlight the 2 and then click and drag the fill handle. So automatic that the following months will also be abbreviated. So how about in dates? So how do we autofill dates? So take note that the default format for dates is the date, the month, and the year. So this is the default format for MS Excel. So let us enter here, for example, January 1, 2022. So 01 and yan, /01 /2022. So to autofill a date, so we can select and then click and drag the fill handle to your desired places. So how about you don't want the formatting of dates, month, and years? For example, you would like to use the format of months, dates, and year. So how can we format these cells in order for us to have January 12, 2022 instead of 12 January 2022? So to do that, just highlight the cells containing the information and then select in the home tab, select format, so drop down menu, and then select format cells. So here there are different options. So for the number, so since dates are numerical data, so we will choose number and then select date. So here there are different ways of formatting the dates. So for formatting the dates, yan, so just select the type of formatting you want to use. So here we have here different formatting for dates. So I would like to use this one. So months, the month, the date, and the year. So the date is double digit. So para pare-parehas. So and the year is 4 digits. So not just the last 2 digit of the years, but the complete year representation of year. So I will choose this formatting and then select OK. So as you can see, in the dates, the formatting now is month and then date and then the year. So how about I would like to fill in here the weekdays only, the date of the weekdays. So how can I fill in using the dates of the weekdays only? So to do that, so here I have format this cell according to the same format as this one. So just select the cell, select and drag the fill handle, and then here you can see here an option for autofill. So select this option and then select fill weekdays. So weekdays are Monday to Friday, so excluding Saturdays and Sundays. So dapat the dates here will only involve the dates of Mondays to Friday. So just select fill weekdays. So this will automatically format your cells according to the dates of the weekday. So to check, just go to number group, select this one, and then long date. So when we say long date, it will include the day and the month in words. So let's see if whether our cells, our formatted cells only include weekdays of January. Okay, so as you can see here, okay, so here we forgot to include this one, I guess. So it should be the weekdays only. So here, as you can see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and we don't have here Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, Tuesday again, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and another Monday. So how about we only want to fill in these cells with the dates of Monday, so every Monday only. So here the Monday here is January 3. So just fill in here 01, or the default format is 03, 01, and then 2022, and next Monday is, so this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and January 10. So 10, 01, 2022. So click this two, select this two, and then click and drag the fill handle. So this will automatically fill in our neighboring cells, our succeeding cells, with the dates of Mondays. So to check if these are Mondays, so just select this in the number group, select this option, and then select long date. So as you can see, all of these dates are for Monday. For the time, the default interval for time is 1 hour. So if you type here 1 p.m. and if you click and drag this across this column, this will automatically fill in this cells with time 1 hour apart. So here 1, and then another hour is 2 hours, 2 p.m., and then 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m. So if you want to include some pattern or some pattern to this time, so you can also include, for example, 1:35. p.m. and then another is 1:40 p.m. So click, select these two, and then click and drag the fill handle. So this will fill in the cells according to the pattern it detected. So here, as you can see, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 2 p.m., 2:05, and so on. So that is for editing fields. So there are also other ways on how to edit fields. So these are just the basic, or yes, the basic commands and tools on how to perform editing field in Microsoft Excel. So in our next video, we are going to talk about how to use the conditional formatting tools of Microsoft Excel. So see you in our next video.